It's a daily show, the Polemics. I bet you didn't know that, but that's how it is. It's a daily show that comes out every day. I feel like uploading one. Welcome everybody. I am the air quotes comedian, a man who dreamt he was a butterfly in the Neolithic. I said Neolithic, not naked, and who got stepped on and crushed. I liked it, which caused the circumstances that allowed the creation of Mr. Blobby. So yeah, sorry about that. And this is the Polemics. Welcome. If you think nihilism is bleak, then have I got nuclear semiotics for you. Yeah, he said the title. If you're unaware, then nuclear semolina basically goes like this. We have to store something dangerous. No problem, we can do that. We have to store it for an extremely long period of time. And the question nuclear salmonella asks is, what warning label do we use? What symbols or architecture will meaningly convey warning, dry clean only in 10,000 years' time, when the leftovers from Christmas 1996 are finally polished off? I mean, at this point, our learned thinkers are surely speculating humans aren't going to be in the best of shape in the next 10 millenniums. Or perhaps they're thinking that after a 10k run, humanity simply won't have any more puff left in them. So maybe, in whatever form it takes, breathless as the recipient may be, has to be communicative to non-human intelligence as well. Non-human intelligence like supporters of that sports team you don't like. Imagine if ants woke up one day, arose from their little ant beds and thought, we have to warn future generations, potentially other species, about what came out Bob the bull ant's butt in the ant year of the baboon. Weird, innit, that ants would use animals to delineate their annual passage. I said annual. And I don't know why they do that. I only know for a fact that they do. So that's nuclear semicolonics, a branch of semiotics that examines the way humans change their communication beyond recognition over time, and the utter futility of trying to send pertinent data to the future to warn about the past biting you in the now present. All I can suggest is slapping a Mr. Blobby on your radioactive waste and calling it a day. If that doesn't put the brighteners on any future sentience, then I don't know what. Come on, Stoics, get serious. I will be peppering this routine randomly with one-liners such as this. That's right, I wrote some jokes. I can do that. I can do whatever I want within highly prescribed societal and legal boundaries that I often flout. Stoicism, though, not so much a philosophy, but more of an affectation. If you thought nuclear semiotics wasn't at all worthwhile, you're welcome, then there is panpsychism to think about. You may be thinking, that term sounds familiar, if not quite right. So let me briefly explain what panpsychism is. Panpsychism is the philosophical belief that everything that exists in the universe is psychic. So be careful what you think about. A passing mote of dust might take offence as it idly reads your mind. That's right, dear viewer. When you pleasure yourself, every conceivable thing that exists knows exactly what's in your mind. And all of these things are very disappointed in you. Just as, and let's be honest, you're disappointed in yourself. You may be thinking, fuck you, firstly, but also, I see what happened here. The so-called comedian has subtly changed panpsychism, a notion which isn't at all ridiculous, asterisk, to panpsychism, which is. You caught me red-handed. Panpsychism is the belief, in a fashion, that everything which exists in the universe is conscious, dust or otherwise. The motes might not mind meld with you, but they meander by, pondering their existence as a floating flake of skin. In a break from the traditional setup of the Polemics, I went out and about in the world, outside, out there in the fresh air, to do some investigative reporting to see how true panpsychism might really be. In fact, I didn't do that at all. Instead, I'll just repeat the gag I did in my short sketch entitled Mug. Let's see if Chippy the tea mug exhibits any signs of consciousness. Naturally, as a comedian, the way I will test this is by making Chippy the tea mug laugh. Neutral monism? I wouldn't do that too many times a night, mate. You'll get a cramp. I mean, come on. What's the bloody point of nihilism? The problem of hard consciousness. When a bloke gets such a knob on that their cock achieves sentience. You fucking sack. What's that, Chippy? Superheated water for my mug of tea today? I think so. Nihilism is correct in that objective reality has no point or meaning, but I don't act like this is the case. Free will doesn't exist, but I act like it does. As a musician, I might be contemporary now, but upon kicking the bucket, I'll be postmodern, as all dead composers are. Is there an ultimate meaning, a universal directive, if you will? Yeah, survive. That's the meaning of life. Ah, yes, but survival is an action. What is its purpose? What is the meaning of survive? Well, you got to survive first before you can sit around scratching your ass while you ruminate on the ponderables, I guess. Asocial grumpy pants Schopenhauer reckoned that really intelligent people isolate themselves from society because society is mediocre and too concerned with the trivial. He was a very serious man. I peeped through his window once and saw him watching the Oscars. Schopenhauer. I'm socially isolated. Am I intelligent? Here I am, cloistered away in seclusion, pondering the big questions. You already know where this is going, don't you? So let's get to it, yeah? I'm in solitude with contemplation up to my eyeballs regarding the big question, why does Wile E. Coyote persist in his pursuit of the Roadrunner? You knew it was coming, but much like the Acme contraption the Coyote might be using in the moment, at least it was novel within the confines of the format. But bollocks aside, in the meaninglessness of it all, is one line of inquiry more valid than another. The inner life of Wile E. Coyote might not seem important to you, but it is of utmost concern to me. My understanding of reality depends on it, innit? Meep meep! That's all for today's episode of the Polemics. Please dislike the video and don't subscribe to this channel. Mess with the metrics. That's the kinds of things I like to do.